Hi you guys, welcome back. On today's video we are going to be making an underbust corset. You're going to need your pattern paper because that's like one of the important things you're going to need, and then you're going to need your pins because you need that to hold stuff down, and then you're going to need your bias. You're also going to need your chalk and your boning. There's several kind of bonings, but I'm going to be using this for today's video. We're going to be using this African print. You can use any kind of material you want, but I'm going to be using this African print. We're also going to be using this paper stay. There are several kinds of stays, you guys. It depends on what you have. You can use anything you have, and this is basically just for strength. So I'm going to be using my paper stay. We're also going to be using this black lining and our scissors. Of course, we need to cut with something. So let's get into it. We are going to be marking this by 1/2 inch. You guys remember, like in the last video when we did our corset, there are places that you need 1/2 inch to start with. So yeah, on those places, like on the curved side of it, you're going to leave 1/2 inch there, and also at the back side of it, you're also going to leave your 1/2 inch there. And I just gave the length a 1.1 length because I wanted it to be a little long on me, so I gave it a 1.1. So I'm just basically showing you why I separated what I separated. On this part, on the middle part, you guys know you are not separating anything. So length is 1.1, like I said before, and then you now leave 1/2 inch on the both sides except the top. You're not leaving like 1/2 inch on the top because why? Okay, so 1/2 inch on both sides, and then you cut through. We're going to be doing this for all the parts, so I'm basically just telling you guys that you can decide to use the bias for the straps, and you can also decide to use like the material that you're using for the straps and hoops. Just wanted you guys to know that. So we're also repeating the same action here: 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1.1 for the length, and we're going to cut through. So yeah. Remember that this is the back part, so we're going to have to separate it for it to go where it's supposed to go. So just like watch me do my thing. You guys, this is like the product of the things that we've got so far. I'm just letting you guys know. The left and right side of it, you have to also know. So this is like the simplest thing, using your pattern to actually determine where the right and left side of it is going. And the best thing you could do for yourself, just for you to remember, because when you go to iron you might forget, is to label it left hand side and right hand side, and do the same on the underbust part of it as well, left and right hand side, and then you just do the middle, so you don't go and iron, because this material I'm using right here, it doesn't really have much difference when it comes to like the front and the back part of it. So this really helped me when I was about to iron. So I already went ahead to cut the paper stay and my lining. I also went ahead to iron the paper stay on the African print just to give it strength. So we're going to put this together now. We are sewing the underbust side and the middle side with 1/2 inch, so you just keep that in mind. We're using 1/2 inch to put this together. When it comes to the back part of it, we're going to be using 1.5 inches to sew, and then we'll cut out the excess. I'm not really measuring this, I'm just cutting or you do something for me, use that same one that you've already cut out before to use as like a tracing paper or something to cut the other one out. It's easier that way. So now it's time to put this through, but first we have to get the middle of this thing. So you just do as I do right now. You can either iron this if you have the time to iron, or you could just do this. Use your scissors to press down really hard and then notch both parts, like the upper part and the lower part, and that's how you get your middle. So you just get a ruler and roll through, and you know, okay, I've got to my middle part. So we, for this back part, we're also going to put bias here. So you just measure out 1 inch on the top and 1 inch on the bottom, and then you like just put your bias through. I'm literally just showing you how I placed the bias on the lines that we made earlier, so we don't forget where it's supposed to go and we don't like mess it up. Okay, so we're done now. I'm just showing you like the final result of it. We're going to iron this, you guys. You can also repeat the same thing at the back if you don't want the lines to show in front. You can do this at the back. So this is what I'm going to be using, you guys. I'm just showing you how to place it, but first you're going to leave 1/2 inch at the top and bottom part of it before you like put it in. I'm just showing you how to like put your boning. You don't put it the way it's facing, you put it the other way. I pray you understand what I just said, and then you put through. You get, okay. So I'm just literally showing you guys what to do. 1/2 inch on every side of it, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, so you don't forget. This is easier. Instead of you start going back to start rolling lines, just roll your line and then you just use your boning to measure where it's supposed to go, 1/2 inch, cut, and then insert it through. Okay, so we're done with this and we are going to iron again. Yeah, you have to iron. So now it's time to put it, you have to place now the lining. So you're going to use 1/2 inch to sew this round, and this is what we have for the end product. Yeah, so now you have to notch. You guys, please be very careful when you're doing this because you might mistakenly cut the places you've already sewn. So I urge you to be very careful when you're doing this part. No matter how simple it looks, it's not that simple. And then after that, that will give you like the release to turn it to the right side of it. But this is also kind of annoying because now we've put the boning in, so it's going to give you this kind of headache to turn it through. But just be patient, try your best to be patient, and then like pull it through. You can do this, I believe in you. Okay, so that's what we're going to do for now, and then just for you to like see how far you've gone. This is it. So this is how far we've gone. So now we're going to take our boning again and measure around the underboss, cut, insert, and sew. You guys, you want to keep this as straight as possible because sometimes it would leave you and then bend, but we've got to keep it straight. And as you insert, you just make sure you actually measured the right thing. And you see what I'm doing there with my hand? I'm trying to see if it would like stay when I'm trying to sew it. So instead of us now use like a normal foot, we are going to use a zipper foot because this is really helpful. When I did the first part, I found out that it was really helpful, and it would give you that straight, very close to the boning kind of sewing. So I suggest you use this. If you don't have it, please go and get it for yourself. It would really help you. And even if you're using like a normal sewing machine, it will still work anyways. So you're sewing really close to this, and I told you before it was going to be really simple, so you have to adjust with your hand and make sure everything is straight and as straight as possible, and then you continue to sew. And again, patience is like virtue at this point, so you just keep sewing and it will really give you like a really neat finish. So I suggest you use the zipper foot instead of using a normal foot, and keep this as straight as possible. You guys remember that, straight as possible. Okay, so this is what we have for the finished product. I am loving this, you guys. Of course, I went ahead to iron again, so now we have to put this wrong side, like right sides facing each other, and then sew. Now we're going to turn this inwards. First of all, cut out any excess thread that you see, because we're no longer going to need those. And then this is another really hard part, you guys, so you have to be patient. Sewing right sides facing each other is a hustle. Then doing this is another hustle on its own, so you have to be patient. It's not as easy as I'm showing you, because as you can see, I speeded this up. You guys have to be patient while doing this. Whilst doing this, you have to be very patient. So this is like the finished product. I went ahead again to iron. Now I went ahead to like sew down the bias that we're going to be using for the straps and hoops. I'm cutting it to 1.1 inch like I did for the first ones, 1.1, and then you have to go ahead to iron those parts out and then fix in your hoops by using your pins to just hold it down. You know how we get the middle right, fold, and then just stroke it out. So this is like the final product for the hoops. I'm liking the way it looks. Let's just hope it's okay. I know it's okay. So we're going to pass now our straps. You guys could use any length. For me, I used a length 41 because I wanted it to be that okay, but you can use any length you want depending on how tall or small, short the person is. You could use any length you want. For me, I actually used a length 41 for the straps, and I like how it came out. Yeah. So you guys, this is the finished product. I am loving this. Like, trust me when I say I am actually loving this. It came out really neat, really beautiful. I'm loving it. Yeah, so this is the back part of it and this is the front part of it, you guys. I could not be any more happy at that I actually did this with you people. I hope you try this for yourself, because trust me, when it is all said and done, you're going to love what you've come up with. So yeah, that is everything. Okay guys, so I'm going to be showing you how to make a pattern for this in my next video, so we don't get confused and everything. You guys, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and also leave a comment down below. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I post a new video. Don't forget to love yourself, because I love you so much, you guys. I love you so much. Like, Sarageo. Yeah, watch out for my next video. Love yourself. Have a beautiful day, you guys. Bye.